What's up, you guys? I'm back. Okay, let me start by saying this. I know when I first started doing my videos, I was making a lot of them, but since then to now, my life has become so hectic. I won't say hectic, but just busy. I just have a lot of things going on in my life right now, so I just don't have as much time as I used to when I was making videos, like literally 2-3 times a month. But and I know I always tell you guys that I'm gonna do better, and I really am. One of these days I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna keep trying though. But so let me see. So much has been going on, you guys. Just a little bit of everything. Okay, so first I'm gonna tell you guys, I'll start from now and then I'll work backwards instead of working backwards to now. So the most recent thing that's been going on with me, I finally went and saw a hematologist. Yay me. You guys just don't know how I'm upset with myself, but on the other hand, I'm really proud of myself for doing it. I haven't had a hematologist, honestly, and I know a lot of people like cringe and they fuss at me when I actually tell them how long it's been since I've had a real hematologist, and it's been at least 10 years since I've had a hematologist. And I know that's a bad thing, but there's really no excuse for it, because I've made up so many excuses to why I didn't want to go to a hematologist, or just not going to the hematologist in general. I don't even want to make up an excuse. I just didn't go. And I guess because at the end of the day, while I was sitting in the doctor's office talking to the doctor, and to hear someone else, you know, kind of say about the damage that I've caused to the inside of my system, I've always known that, and that's one of the reasons why I've been trying to get to the hematologist now for so long, is because I know I've kind of killed the inside of my body. I don't even want to know how much damage I've done to the inside of my body. 10 years with not being checked out, and you know, only getting my blood drawn if I happen to go into the hospital, not getting admitted the way that I'm supposed to, not taking my medicine correctly, not going in and getting the fluids that I'm supposed to. I mean, just everything in general that I've done wrong. And in my mind, I you know, I feel like I'm doing right, because I do things like I don't go outside in the wintertime. I don't drink. You know, I do the little things that I know is okay for me not, you know, to be okay. But if I was seeing a doctor and doing the major things the way that I was supposed to, the little things that I do, it would be okay. But I was treating myself with little things. Again, taking my medicine how I choose to take it, not going to the hospital, just doing things the way that I wanted to do it. And I know that that's not good, and it wasn't good. And to hear someone else say that, you know, prolonging the pain and all of the other things that I've been doing to my system, I've probably done a lot of damage to the inside of my system. I mean, I always say the outside package looks really good, but the inside is broken up and banged up and just not good. It's tainted. And I felt so bad. It brought tears to my eyes, because I was so disappointed in myself. I know better. Me of all people, I advocate for sickle cell. I stand on teaching people how to take care of themselves, and to know that I know all of this and can do all of this, and chose not to do it. I was really disappointed in myself, and I still am. But then again, on this hand, I'm very proud of myself, because I finally did what I needed to do to start taking care of myself. And the first step was going to see a hematologist and getting a plan in place. And my mommy would be happy too, because she's been telling me to go to a hemo doctor, oh my goodness, for years now, and I just wouldn't listen to her. I wouldn't listen to anybody. I was gonna do me, but I know better now. And the first thing that we talked about was getting me back on hydroxyurea. I kind of had a problem with getting back on hydria, but at this point, anything that's it's not gonna rectify what I've done, but it will help me not do too much more damage. So I have been thinking really hard on going back on hydria. And one of the things that kept me away from it was the monthly blood draws. It's so hard for me to get an IV that I just don't like. That's one of the things that keeps me from the hospital. I don't like them poking on me. I don't like getting IVs. And because I'm such a hard stick, my veins roll, they disappear, they blow, you name it, they do it. I have what they call, my nurses call me, I think, like alligator skin. Like, my skin is so tough from being poked for so many years that it's just terrible trying to go to the ER and get blood drawn and all of that. So to have to do it automatically once a month, it makes me cringe, you know. I don't want to have to do it, but again, I'm willing to do what I need to do to take care of me in a better manner. So I'm really leaning forward towards getting back on Hydrea. They were talking about putting me on X-Jade, and you know, we switched up my medicine. I've been on the same pain medicine regimen for so many years. I really didn't realize that Tylenol was probably messing up my system. Actually, all of the tests that I take, I've never really, you know, it's never shown that I've done any damage to my system due to the Tylenol that I've taken. I take Tylenol for around the clock for the most part, and I've been taking it for so many years. And I know Tylenol is supposedly bad on your system, but I've never really had a problem with it, so thank you God for that. But yeah, we just really talked about, you know, a way to start me, you know, and to focusing on getting back on track and doing what I need to do to take care of me and to prolong my life for my family. So I'm happy about that. I'm glad I took that step and put my big girl drawers on and swallowed that pill and decided to do what I need to do for me. Now, one of the other things that had me going to the doctor and deciding that it was time for me to take care of myself is my house caught on fire. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this story. I think in one of my other videos, I kind of talked to you guys a little about the paranormal stuff that be happening to me on my house. Some people think I'm crazy. Other people totally believe me. Once you come into my house, you totally believe me because so many weird things happen. And since my mom has passed, tons of really weird things have been happening throughout my house all the time to me. And my husband finally started experiencing some of this crazy stuff too. But recently, about a week ago, 2 o'clock Sunday morning, my house caught on fire. Hubby and I had just kind of settled down back into the house. We just gotten our house back under control, basically. You know, cleaned it top to bottom, early spring cleaning, if you want to say. We're moving too, so cleaning up, packing stuff up, getting rid of things, you know, just doing that stuff. And we put some cardboard, well, my husband put some cardboard up against the back of the house. And it had been there for a couple of days. I mean, nothing major, just waiting for the trash to come around so we could take it out. And in the process of that, the house caught on fire. We don't know how, because it was at 2 o'clock in the morning. I really don't know of anything that just randomly catches on fire at 2 o'clock in the morning, but peep this. So I was asleep, right? I was in the bed. My bed is really, really high off the ground, so anybody that's standing next to me, over me, has to really be tall. If I stand up against my bed comes like above my belly button. Like, that's how high up off the floor my bed is. I have to climb into my bed. And I was asleep. I'm team no sleep. Anybody who knows me, I'm up all hours. So the fact that I was actually asleep this particular night, it's kind of weird already. So I'm laying in the bed. You know how you get that feeling that somebody is watching you when you're sleeping? I had that feeling. So I opened up my eyes. And when I opened up my eyes, I opened them up and I looked. And it was this figure. It was like a person, but it was a figure. It was black. My room is pitch black. Like, you can't see your hand in front of your face at night in my room when I cut the TV off and everything. So, you know, when I seen it, I kind of closed my eyes back and opened it back up again to get my focus. And when I opened it back up and got that focus, this figure was still standing there. And when I realized that it was still there, I jumped. I jumped clear across the bed. And I have a king-size bed. So when I jumped all the way over to the other side of the bed. And I jumped into my husband. And I woke him up. And when he woke up, he's like, well, what's wrong? I'm like, something was just staring at me. Something was standing right there looking at me. And as I'm telling him, we instantly smelled the smoke. Now, my alarms never went off. Yes, I do have alarms on every floor in my house. They didn't go off, and they wouldn't have gone off because the fire was not in my house. It was outside my house. Now, we both hurried up and got out the bed, and we went to flip the light switch on. When we went to flip the light switch on and realized that the lights wouldn't come on, instantly he said the house was on fire. My stomach sank to the floor. Like, it was the scariest thing ever, you guys. Like, I don't know if you've ever been near a fire or anything of yours have ever been on fire in that magnitude, but it's a really scary thing to just, I mean, I got my kids out and their friends because we did have company over. I got them out the house and I called 911. Just waiting for the fire truck to get here and knowing my house was on fire, it took them like 3 minutes to get here, but that was the longest 3 minutes of my entire life. Like, just knowing that I'm waiting for someone to come save my house and I have to wait. But my hero, he came out of nowhere. My baby got out the bed, he put his shoes on and his coat, ran outside. Our neighbor's water was still on, so he got the water hose, turned the water on, and put the fire out. Only thing is, it had spread and gotten so bad that it had gotten into the walls. So by the time the fire truck came, they had to rip out the back part of my house, my walls, almost to my kitchen. God was definitely with us because, first of all, the fire was so big that it should have busted out my kitchen window. And it didn't. I mean, it didn't. I mean, there's no reason that it didn't. It was that bad. I'm going to show you guys in a minute what it looks like, but it really did do some damage to the outside. The back of the house finally got fixed, but I'm going to show you guys that in a second too, you know, real quick. But it was really scary, and, you know, if it wasn't for my husband having that thought process to go and, you know, put it out on his own, like, I really think my house would be gone. Or even if that figure didn't wake me up, we could have died in this house. Like, just to think about all the different scenarios that could have played out, then it makes me think that everything really does happen for a reason, you know. Almost like this was part of the script, you know. And action. The black thing wakes me up, you know. I get up, I move around, you know. Everything kind of played out the way that it was supposed to play out. And it's just so crazy that it played out like that. So, okay, so let me show you guys real quick what it looks like. This right here is where from the outside they started beating the door, beating the wall in, trying to, you know, rip it down. And you can kind of see here where it was coming through, but it never came, it actually never came through the wall. See, it's all the way along the line right there. See? All of that. And it's all the way down the wall. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna warn you now, my kids are about to come in, so just beware of the loud noise. But, and then this is what, like, that's how much it got. That's how much of the house actually burnt when it burnt, like all of that. See, it got all there and it never took the window out. But the people busted the window out right there when they was trying to get it, but it never took my window out. And that's how much. I just like my kids out, you guys. I was telling you I'm ready for them to get up out of here right now. But yeah, the house was, you know, it was definitely scary, to say the least. But other than that, we're getting ready to move. We've been packing everything up, and, you know, August, we are West Coast bound to Las Vegas, Nevada. I need heat. is so cold here. Like, it's mid-April right now and we have snow. Like, it's not sticking, but we've had some big old snowflakes all day today. So yeah, it's been pretty crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video real quick before my kids come in the house all overly loud, and then I have to, you know, turn into like ugly mommy and like fuss at them and everything. So I'm gonna, you know, just kind of tell you guys that I love you so much, and I appreciate you all hanging out and waiting for me to do my next video. And you know, to you guys that have been inboxing me, I'm sorry it's been taking me so long to get the video out, but here it is. Tomorrow is 420. Don't get it twisted. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me tell you about this too. We got a clothing line coming out. It's called Lifted Life. Now, let me tell you, it is, it's stoner gear, okay? I'm gonna, you know, put it all out there. I hear my kids. I'm gonna put it all out there for you guys, and I can't tell you about it because the littlest one is so loud. My house is about to go crazy. So I love you guys a lot, and I will talk to you really soon. Bye.